Greetings. Hello, I'm reading from the Tao Te Ching, and I'm reading the English published Practicing the Tao Te Ching by Solala Towler. This is a really great book, and I'm quite enjoying his paraphrase and the rendering of the original text and the meaning that it simplifies. I've been learning a lot. I've read through it a few times, and creating these videos is great. I'm on step 18 now, having just read a handful. Recapping. Step 17 is talking about the stages of being a teacher and choosing words carefully, being trusting, so that if you trust your students will not be distrusting, untrusting to you. And when the sage accomplishes things, or when the teacher accomplishes things, her followers think they have accomplished it themselves. Step 18. Very short here, or relatively short. When great Tao is abandoned, then benevolence, Ren, and righteousness, Yi, appear. Then intellect and cleverness rules, and great hypocrisy arises. When the family is no longer in harmony, filial piety and duty arise. When the country is in confusion, trouble arises. Then come the loyal ministers. This is a step that I'm not very. I don't know how to say. This might be a short video. I'm going to just kind of interpret this as much as I can briefly. If some inspiration hits me while I'm doing this, great. Okay, so following Tao is being one with everything, is shedding the self. It is following the way of nature, etc. It's unique per person. Okay. It's the cleanness and just smoothness of being not overacting, not underacting, just being appropriate, being a teacher, not claiming credit, not over consuming. But when the great Tao is abandoned, then benevolence and righteousness appear. That's like basically when, I suppose that what that means is when the Tao is abandoned, then it becomes sort of more mechanical. When the natural state of just flow is abandoned, then it becomes human labor and human effort to do that which a Tao should accomplish, which is apparently like a flow of, well, generally it would be a natural flow of good and apparent good and evil, or just ups and downs, the nature of life. Here it describes benevolence and righteousness, that they appear. Then intellect and cleverness rules. So it's no longer just being one with and calm and peaceful. It's more that. This is another way of describing the gears and mechanisms of the sterile gears in mechanisms, machinery. Then intellect and cleverness rules, and great hypocrisy arises. When the family is no longer in harmony, just everyone doing, I think of that as when when each individual is not contributing 100% to the family unit, or the family community. The family is no longer in harmony. Piety and duty arise. Yes. Then it becomes aware of one has to be honoring and fulfilling duty, perhaps with spite and reluctance. When the country is in confusion, trouble arises. Then come the loyal ministers. The loyal ministers. I guess that's just the conclusion of what happens. People take over. Some people take over when there is no universal flow and community. The loyal ministers. The Tao Te Ching gets into political contexts a few times and countries and such, and I think that might be where this is starting. It uses the word country in this step. When the country is in confusion, trouble arises, and then come the loyal ministers. So maybe that's what the next few steps on the path are going to be about: community, and this might be like the beginning of a greater chapter of steps. I'm not really sure. Mine are all, this practicing the Tao Te Ching is itemized from 1 to 81, and that's great. I'm wondering if the original Chinese text had sort of an isolation between blocks of steps. I don't know, but it'd be interesting to find that out. Anyway, that was a short step on the Tao Te Ching path, and on to step 19.